And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Alright, what's today's game called?
The Adventurers!
Alright, The Adventurers! Folks, if you're looking for adventure in a box, this is this. You ever play that game Mousetrap when you were a kid? It's fun to build the mousetrap and then you watch it fall on the mouse and it's a lot of fun, but the game really doesn't have anything else beyond that. Well, the traps in this game aren't nearly as elaborate as that mousetrap, but it's still a really entertaining game. It's not without a few problems, but I am willing to overlook that. This is one of the most thematic games of the year. It's fun for adults and kids. I don't think I've made it out alive from this game yet, and I still have a blast every time I play it. Let's look at it. Here's the game board. Players are going to start with their character in this spot, run through this room of treasure, run down this corridor, all the way down this corridor, all the way down till they get out the exit. However, if they want, they can take a shortcut down the river, trying not to fall down the waterfall. They can hop across the lava, trying not to get, hurt by the lava. They can run across a rickety bridge, hoping not to fall down and, die. Lots of different ways to die. The game takes place in a very simple method. Depending on how much treasure each player is carrying, how many cards are carrying, depends on how slow they go. At the beginning of the game, you take 2 character cards. Each character card shows a picture of that person along with a special ability they may have. So you pick which one you want to use. Let's say I want to use this guy. All-American with a flag. Hoorah! And so I look, how much treasure is he carrying? Well, at the beginning of the game, he's carrying no treasure. So his load level is a 2. But let's say when he starts carrying 8 cards, his load level is now a 4. At the beginning of each turn, we roll 5 dice, and I look at the dice, the numbers I've rolled. I rolled a 1, my load level is 2, so only dice that are 2 or higher give me an action, so I have 4 actions to spend on my turn. If, let's say I had rolled this and my load level had been 4, then I would only have 2 actions, while someone whose low level was 2 would get 4. I would have 2 actions, and someone whose low level is 2 would get 4 actions. Players then can use their actions. Actions are very simple. You can move from spot to spot, and a lot of the time, that is what players are going to be doing, is moving. So, let's say Melody's character moves 4 spaces forward, or her 4 actions. Other actions she can take. When between those walls, each corresponding column has treasure cards. So if she's in a column, she can take a treasure card from that column. Treasure cards are a value from 1 to 5. There's also a die on a treasure card that shows how much that treasure, at the end of the game you roll a die and that's how much that treasure is worth. Or she can check these glyphs. There's 4 glyphs here next to each row. She can turn one of those glyphs over and look at it secretly, don't show the camera, and look at the picture in the back of it when she's in that row. And so each player takes 4 actions and they go on their merry way. So let's say this person runs, this person goes here, takes a few treasures, and treasures look like this with pictures and numbers in the corner. And then, at the end of every turn, we do 2 things. First, we determine, do the walls move? So to do that, we turn over 3 wall cards, like Melody's doing right now. We look at the wall cards. One shows an arrow pointing, so one of the walls moves 1 space. That's fine. But eventually, if the walls close and you're in between them, you're dead. Also, we roll a die. If we roll a 3 or higher, the boulder moves 1 space. Next turn, I'm going to be rolling 2 dice. Then we roll 3 dice. Then we roll 4 and 5, and the boulder starts rolling faster and faster. And if you are in front of the boulder, when it runs, you are
dead.
Dead. Once a player goes by the lava pit, we remove the black covering, and there's the lava pit. Some of these lava tokens are okay to step on, and some are not. Now, if you looked at the 4 that were dangerous, you're fine. So let's say this foolish adventurer decides to walk on this one here. So we turn it over, we look at the weird symbol. Is that in the safe group over here behind the board, or is it in the 4 deadly tiles that we looked at? Well, in this instance it's in the safe group, so he walks on this tile, and if he wants to, he can take a lava treasure. Or she. And so it's also a way to avoid the boulder sometimes by hopping across the lava. But if you step on the wrong tile, you're dead. Now, once the boulder comes around the corner here, these areas will break up, and if you do die, you can bring in a second character there. You'll lose all your treasure, but you can start over again. You can also go over here and search in these alcoves and roll dice to try and find the treasure that is there. To do that, you simply roll 4 dice, and you need to get a 1, 2, and a 3. So in this instance, I've rolled a 1 and a 2, but I still have another action left, so I'll re-roll the other dice. Hooray! I got a 3, 1, 2, and 3. I get this treasure there, which is worth 4. But the boulder's still coming. Let's move faster. So you run down this column, and then you can jump into the river if you want. Jumping in the river is a non-negotiable action once you're in. You have to keep moving along the river. When you get to the end, you roll dice equal to how much your encumbrance level is, and if you roll any 1s, you are dead. Although you can throw 3 treasures away to re-roll the 1, but if you still get a 1, you're dead. So let's say you skip the dangerous river, although in the river you can get these river treasures. Woohoo! You skip it, you can run around and try to open up this treasure over here, which is worth 9 points, but there you need to roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or maybe the boulder's chasing you, you want to take a shortcut across the bridge. Again, you roll dice equal to your encumbrance level, which will make planks fall off the bridge. But as long as there's 1 plank remaining, you can get across. In fact, you can jump on a bridge a few times just to make it more difficult for other people. And then you need to run and get out of the temple, because if the boulder gets here before you do, you are trapped inside and you can starve. Look at your treasure longingly as you die. Again, I said if you die at any point, you bring out a new character and they start with new treasure. The character who escapes with the highest value of treasure is the winner. Doesn't matter how much treasure you get, if you die, too bad. Okay, let's talk about this game. Physical components, wonderful. Cool moving walls, cool boulder, cool bridge, tiles. The whole concept is neat. And the fact, I mean, it's a fast game. We're talking 30 minutes. So if someone dies, it's not that big of a deal. They get another character. If that character dies, hey, you weren't going to win anyway. Lots of fun. Some people complain about memorizing the sides of the tiles. I'm not good enough to do that. I don't even try to do that. The game is more fun. The only quibbles that I would have with the game is it could become, I mean, I've played it about 6 or 7 times so far, and each time it's been fun, but it would have been neat, I think, if they had made it so that you could, you know, move sections of the board around and have a different game each time. Maybe put the lava at the end and the waterfall at the beginning, or, you know, move them around. Or, I don't know, I'm looking forward to seeing expansions for this. You know, put a spike trap in here, and, you know, all different things. I want to see expansions to it. Other than that, though, it is fun. It's thematic, it's lucky. You know, we're not going to find any great strategy here. It's basically how much treasure you're going to collect before you run. Will you use your, you know, each player's special ability. Like one guy can carry more treasure and get away with it. Another can move 1 space for free no matter what. Another can take those treasures out of the alcoves. And when instead of rolling a 1, 2, 3, they only need to roll 2 of those numbers. Everyone has special abilities and you have to use them. But sometimes you just have to take a chance. Right, so one lets you move diagonally. Sometimes you just have to take a chance. You just hope the boulder doesn't move 5 spaces this turn. You hope that lava tile is a safe one as you step on it. But I still have not yet survived one because I'm just too greedy. But for me, this game is great, great fun. What do you think?
Good.
What's your favorite part of the game?
The waterfall.
The waterfall. Why? Watching me fall off it? It happens more often than it should. If you like adventure, if you're looking for Indiana Jones in a box, this is the game.
Except for there's no Indiana Jones.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.